Water is crucial for every process in our bodies. Generally, we're made up of about 70 to 75% water. It's basically what keeps our cells alive and kicking. Without food, we can hang on for weeks, but without water, we'd only last a few days. Our bodies are mostly water, with our lungs alone containing 83% water. Our brains and hearts are about 73% water. Now, plasma, which is the part of our blood that moves cells, nutrients, and hormones around, is 90% water. Clearly, water isn't just important, it's essential for life. But not all water is good water. This becomes obvious when we look at places like India, where people struggle with extremely poor water quality. Often, we don't really think about the water we use. It doesn't seem to bother us directly. But here's something to think about. Our regular tap water can be full of nasty stuff from industrial, agriculture, and even household waste, not to mention chemicals like fluoride and chlorine. Aware of these issues, some people turn to bottled water for drinking, even cooking, and maybe even brushing their teeth. However, bottled water has its own set of problems. It's often not well regulated, which means it might not be safe. And a lot of it is just tap water that's been treated and sold at huge markups. In fact, research shows that 93% of bottled water contains tiny plastic particles. These include well-known brands like Aquafina, Dasani, Evian. These microplastics can be big enough to see with just your eyes. The chemicals that leach from these plastics are linked to serious health issues like obesity, cancer, heart disease, and more. The problem of single-use plastics is huge. For example, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, one of the largest collections of floating trash, covers about 1.6 million square miles. That's about twice the size of Alaska. This mess in our oceans is wrecking our planet's ecosystems and our own quality of life. So, what's the alternative? If you want clean, super hydrating water at home or to take with you on the go, and if you want to stop adding to the problem of plastic waste, you might want to check out the Enagic K8 water ionizer. This gadget hooks up right to your faucet and transforms ordinary tap water into ionized water, which is super good for you because it's packed with molecular hydrogen, the strongest antioxidant around. Living water, as we like to call it. With this, you can replace your bottled water, household chemicals like cleaning supplies, toiletry items, and beauty products. And here's the best part of all. You get to save a bunch of money. And, well, who doesn't want that? Here's where your K8 comes into play. So, why drink ionized water? Well, about 70% of Americans are walking around dehydrated all the time. And hydration is what keeps us functioning well. Hydration is an example. It's just the difference between a grape and a raisin. Now, which would you rather be? Ionized water can get right into our cells, even crossing into the brain, to hydrate us thoroughly. Now check this test out that I do with green tea bags that'll show you how it penetrates our cells more efficiently. We're told to drink about 6 to 8 glasses of water, but a lot of the times we feel very heavy and bloated, so it almost feels impossible to drink that much liquid in a day. So I'm going to do a visual example. Let's just imagine what body is, which is a big cellular level, which is represented by this green tea bag. So what do you usually need in order to make green tea at home? You need to boil your water, right? So that changes actually the size of the cells and is able to steep the tea bag. So I'm using Dasani water here. Opening that tea bag. Let's check this out. So we're gonna try and steep the tea with just some regular bottled water, or at home it would just be tap water, and doesn't really do anything, right? So let's put some Kangen water This is cold, it's hot. 2, 3, 4, and that's super quick. It's already steeping, penetrating the tea bag and really taking out the flavor of the tea, just like how it would with our cells. And now a lot of people will be like, oh, it's probably because the water already made the tea bag wet. So let's fill this one up with the rest of the Dasani water bottle here. And how many was that? About 5 dips. Let's try here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Not too much. Now let's try it again with the Kangen water. 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, right here, this is the Kangen water and how it's able to penetrate our cells more efficiently. And this is bottled water. So which one do you think by drinking you'll feel less bloated, okay? And which one do you think you'll feel a little bit more hydrated? The K8 uses a cool-cooled process called electrolysis to boost the water with electrons that fight off damaging molecules called free radicals. Research supports the health benefits of molecular hydrogen, which is found in ionized water, in protecting against a wide range of diseases by neutralizing particularly nasty radicals. Here's a quick example of some of our favorite beverages that we drink, or at least I do, we used to drink on a day-to-day basis. All right, so here are most of our favorite daily drinks, and we'll drop a graphic right here just to show you the different pH, but here is also a quick look at the different pHs. Starting over here, the more orange or yellowish, it's a little bit more acidic. Moving alongside all the way to the deep purple, that's what you want, is a little bit more alkaline, okay? As our bodies go through the process of aging, we want stuff who is antioxidizing and also a higher alkalinity. Therefore, you want it closer to the purple end on the pH scale. So here's some pH drops. I'm just going to drop some in here and see what we find. So first one's tap water. So our tap water has to be naturally balanced to a neutral pH. Unfortunately, it's not done through natural means, which means they just add extra additives into our tap water because our pipes are so acidic. We need to add all that. So tap water right there. Next, we got Sprite. Well, we probably already knew the answer, but look what it is. It's pretty acidic with Sprite. Sprite right there. Next, we got Gatorade, my personal favorite growing up as a kid and competing in sports. Thought it was good. Well, turns out pretty acidic. It's Gatorade. Next, we got vitamin water, also with the first word as vitamin. We always think it's pretty good for you, but turns out not too great. Next is some Dasani right here. Give that a mix. We got our budget bottled water from the local store as well. Some Evian, a little bit more on the pricier side, so it is a little better for us. Our favorite Fiji water. This stuff is endorsed all over the world. Supposed to be super good for you. It is a little better on the scales. And lastly, we have our Kangen or Kangen water, however you like to pronounce it. And this one right here, it hits that deep purple. So as you can see, a lot of our favorite drinks here end up on different pH scale based off of how acidic they are and where they end up. The K8 doesn't just hydrate, it also produces different types of water for different uses around the house, from cleaning to skincare, showing just how versatile it is. It's particularly good at getting rid of nasty chemicals on stuff like fruits and vegetables. Check this one out that I do with grape tomatoes. So what I have here is some grape tomatoes. So what I'm going to do is use these right here. Just put a few in here. So this one on the left, I'm going to use the high alkaline water produced from the Enagic Kangen machine. So it's 11.5 pH. On this one, I'm going to wash with just bottled water, or it's just a substitute, because usually what we do is we wash our produce with tap water. So here we go. So tap water and Enagic's Kangen water. So we'll just mix that up a little bit. You can see what's already happening. So just give that a little bit of a swirl there. So this is what I actually wash all my produce, fruits and vegetables with. And in a quick sec, I'll actually show you another test that is able to use on your stovetops, your countertops, the ability to really just wipe anything that is oil-based off of your counters and your stovetop. So first one with tap water or bottled water, see what anything that came out. So not much, there's a few dirt particles. So when we do wash with our tap water, I guess we're just washing the physical debris that's off of it. At least that's a good thing, right? But we're actually not washing the pesticides and herbicides off of the produce, unless you're buying a very high quality organic produce, fruits, and veggies. So after just washing it for a little bit, you can see what's going on here. And now you can see that the oil-based pesticides and herbicides has actually completely washed off of the tomatoes. So most of the times when farmers are with their plants and their fruits and veggies, they'll spray this all over their stuff just for the cleaning purposes and make sure you don't get all of that in there, and this stays good. So this is what comes off of it, and the reason why is because the 11.5 pH water is able to emulsify the oil and actually get rid of that waxy kind of layer that's on, maybe you feel it on an apple or a grape tomato especially, but that's what you're feeling when you have your produce. So check that out, that's pretty crazy. So I'm gonna actually do a quick other demo right here to show you what is actually happening with the 11.5. So right here we have some oil, some sesame oil, and what happens when you mix water and oil. We'll give it a sec. So let's check this out. Tap water or boiled water, what happens? Oil rises to the top, doesn't really do anything. So when we're trying to wash oil off of our countertops or the oil-based pesticide and herbicide, it doesn't really do anything. Now with the 11.5 alkaline water from the Kangen machine, look what happens. Tap water, Enagic's Kangen water. So imagine if you're able to put this in a spray bottle and you just spray it on your stove tops, your countertops, and it's able to emulsify the oil and you're able to wipe that completely off. So what happens is it is able to emulsify the oil and you can pick that up with a cloth or paper towel, whereas if you're just using tap water, this is just what happens. So that is to mimic exactly what's happening on those tomatoes. So because it's oil-based, it's able to just wipe away. Although the K8's main job is to ionize water, it also has a filter that catches stuff like chlorine and other contaminants, and it's located on this side of the machine right here. Right. Investing in a K8 means investing in a healthier lifestyle and taking a step towards fixing our planet's big plastic problem. This device is a one-time buy that's built to last, backed by its credentials as a certified medical device and its leading-edge technology. By switching to K8 water and Enagic, you're not just changing the water, you're changing your life. Cheers.